landmark ruling in Los Angeles, and the person was awarded, I think, $6 million.
Yes.
Because of that, you say the apps are designed to get you hooked.
Yes.
And the inventors argue it is customer retention.
Yes.
You know, we don't want you addicted, we're just retaining our customers. So they keep on tweaking the algorithm, as you say.
Yes.
Yes, Australia is making that move. I also learned that Sweden is beginning to revise their education sector and reducing tech use. They want to go back to books. They want to go to printed work. They want to go to writing. Mm-hmm. Because I think there's a rapidly growing tendency. People are losing their writing skills.
Yes.
And also a lot of things are happening in that front. So when you look at the brain being there, because all this is centered around the brain,
yes.
it's the main organ that everybody is targeting.
Yes.
When we talk of brain rot, when we see those advanced countries trying to say, no, this is what we need to start revising. And here we are in Africa and more so in Kenya, trying to go now more digital, elements. What would you advise us to start looking at in terms of growing a healthy brain?
Yes.
The heads up movement in Australia. What are the measures we need to start looking at?
Yes. I think that what we need to start looking at is really taking it more seriously in terms of especially young people, mainly because their brains are developing. And as I said earlier, the brain, the way it works, it's like a circuit, like many circuits that need to operate in a certain way. These circuits are designed to be more or less sensitive to different environmental conditions. And so as the brain is developing, our brain really doesn't fully mature till we're over 20. And now you can see that even the young kids, as I was saying, even they're in the crib, they might be using, devices. So what impact is that having on the development of the brain itself? Because the brain then, as you just said, is the primary organ, that's responsible for whatever you do, whatever you feel, whatever you think. That's all managed by your brain. So if we are altering the functioning of the brain through these devices, are we doing irreparable harm? Or are we kind of are we setting them up for a very different world and very different experience? And that's the worry that us parents, for example, often have about our kids engaging in the social media. So I think that it's important that we take it seriously and begin to pay attention to what not only the positive sides, and there are many positive sides to social media, but also what are the potential harms and how can we minimize those harms, especially to the children.
I'm really trying to understand exactly what happens between spending so much time on a gadget, for example, whether it's watching videos, whatever the case may be, and this maybe degeneration that happens in the brain.
Yes.
What's the connection? What exactly is going on here?
So as I said, it's not really degeneration. It's not like a physical falling apart of the brain. What it is the sensitivities of the different circuits of the brain that control different functions that is changing. And the sensitivity of those circuits is now being manipulated by the social media platforms. So by giving you a constant stream of information, media is something that stimulates your brain, gets your attention, and the algorithms are designed in a way that they get you engaged more and more. It's very insidious because if you look at how the information flows, it's very smart. The algorithms not only are designed to give you the information, but they'll give you the information that they know get you excited. Everybody gets excited by different types of things and different content. They're constantly monitoring how much time are you spending on certain kinds of feeds, and they'll give you those feeds customized to you, and just to hold your attention, because they make money on how much time people spend on their platform. So there is a dollar value behind it, and so that's what's driving the whole circuit. And so, as I said, it's don't look at it as if something is falling apart in your brain.
No.
What is happening is that your brain is reframing itself. And brain is very plastic. Brain can change a lot.
Yes.
And so this is what they are tapping into. And so when you ask the people developing algorithms, they'll tell you that what they're trying to do is manipulate the systems in your brain, the neurotransmitters in the brain, for example, the dopamine system, that actually is behind the feeling of acceleration that you get. Those are hits of neurotransmitters in the brain, and the more they can stimulate that more frequently and more repeatedly, the more you get engaged into those circuits.
And